And I got to start with Mr. Sam I am not Darnold. So the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks were playing for first place in the NFC West division. Both teams came in 8-2. And a lot of people were talking about that Seattle being one of the better teams, maybe being the best team in the NFL. We obviously know that the Rams came in as Super Bowl contenders to start the season, and they have done everything to show that they are absolutely contenders. I believe Matt Stafford should also be in that MVP conversation, but they had Sam Darnold in there as well up to this point, but he did exactly what Sam I am not Darnold does. He has 4 interceptions, plays a horrible game, didn't score until late. His team and his defense absolutely kept him in the game. And once again, Sam Darnold stunk up the joint. He had 4 interceptions, and really 4 bad interceptions. We all talked about how good he played last year, but when it came down to being in the big games, nobody believed that he was for real, and that when the big games and the pressure mounted, that he would fold. He did it last year back to back, and he did it again this year. They have like it's almost like a baby Kansas City Chiefs. Like they have a track team, but it's Sam Darnold that's at the helm. But he's been playing good all season, getting the ball down the field. But once again, when you put the pressure on and it becomes a big game, you're playing for your division rival and playing for one of the top seeds in the NFC. You folded like a deck of cards, bro. You folded like a bad poker hand. And here we go again. This is why no matter how good Sam Darnold's teams played, the Minnesota Vikings were 14-2, 14-3 last year to finish the season, but nobody believed that they were a real threat, and it's because of Sam Darnold. And here we go again. The Seahawks are a really, really good team, but why does nobody believe that they're a real threat? It's because of what Sam Darnold did yesterday. 4 interceptions in a big game, and even if you get to the postseason, we feel like once you run into when the pressure is there and you running into one of the better teams, this is exactly what we'll get. So Sam Darnold, man, get yourself together, come back, and, get firing all cylinders. Next, you had the Denver Broncos defeat the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, this was a game that I did not expect. I expected the Rams go the game the way that went, but I did not expect Bo Nix and company to defeat Patrick Mahomes and drop them to 5-5 and third in the division, in the AFC West division. As we know, the Kansas City Chiefs have owned the AFC West. Patrick Mahomes has been there. He has not lost a division crown since he's been the starting quarterback. And yesterday was a division-defining game, and I really thought that Patrick Mahomes was going to come out and put his stamp on it. But that Denver defense is for real. But when it comes down to Bo Nix, and even though the Denver Broncos are 8-2 and they defeated the Chiefs yesterday, if this were a playoff game, it wouldn't have went that way. And even in the playoffs, if Patrick Mahomes and them come in as the 7th seed and Denver's number 1, I would still pick Kansas City to go in there and defeat Denver. But Denver's playing well right now. They look like they headed to win the division, because the Chargers, they too up and down. I know Jacksonville week they play good. 1 week they lose to a team that you're just scratching your head, and they only put up a few points. And so the Chargers, I think they look like they still might finish second. I still think Kansas City will catch the Chargers, because like I said, they too up and down to finish second. But I do think Denver will end up winning the division. But at the end of the day, when it comes down to playoff football, I'm sorry. Whether it's in Denver, I don't care where it's at. Kansas City will beat Denver in Denver if it comes down to them playing in that first wild card round. But I will give it to the Denver Broncos. They did win the game. And like I said, that defense is for real. They real dominant. And Kansas City really has got to get it together. Just some other notable games. And shout out to Chicago Bears, man. The Chicago Bears, I think they done won 5-6 games in a row. Caleb Williams is still trash to me, and they actually they're first and they're leading the division right now, 7-3. I can't believe I'm saying that, but Chicago is leading the division. Fuck no, it will not. Detroit and Green Bay will catch them. So I give it to that. Shout out to Caleb Williams. The fucking Panthers, man, I think the Panthers got a winning record, bro. This is blowing my mind right now. The fucking Carolina Panthers are 6-5. Let me tell you something, man. It ain't got nothing to do with the boy Bryce Young, cause he fucking trash. But Rico Dowdle, hey man, y'all better get that man and him in the defense. Y'all better give them and whoever the coach is, goddamn, he need to win Coach of the Year. If he can get Carolina to a 9-8 or some shit like that, winning record, he deserved coach. Oh, man. So the Baltimore Ravens have now won. They have won every game. I think it's like 4 in a row since Lamar Jackson has been back. So shout out to the Ravens. I still do believe that they are going to win the division. Like I said, I love Mike Tomlin and I like the Steelers, but Aaron Rodgers is your quarterback. The defense is not playing the way they're supposed to. They won yesterday. They got a real good win. The Steelers did against the Bengals. Obviously, it's the fucking Bengals. And shout out to Hawk Tua, Jamar Chase, and he got a suspension. Jalen Ramsey did exactly what he's supposed to do, smack the shit out of him. Because if you spit on me, I'm beating your ass no matter where the fuck you at. But so Shadeur Sanders gets his first start yesterday when Dylan Gabriel goes out. He gets a concussion and Shadeur Sanders gets in. I thought he might not get a chance to play, but he did, and it didn't go well. Obviously, he was not prepared. I'm torn because at the end of the day, I know he hasn't got any first team reps. The offensive line said they didn't even know like his snap count because he has not gotten any first team reps whatsoever in practice. And at the same time, I am of the mindset, like, even if you feel like you're not going to get in, you're supposed to be ready. You're supposed to stay ready. As a backup, you never know when your number can be called, so you're always supposed to stay ready. But it's hard for me to say if he hasn't gotten any. He's a rookie too. It's not even like they got old tape on him. That he's coming from another team or whatnot. Like I said, I'm torn because it did look real bad. But I'm gonna hold out my convictions. And like I said, they already saying that Dylan Gabriel starting next week. If the motherfucker's supposed to be concussed, so if he's concussed, how you already naming him the starter? It just seems like they don't want to play Shadeur Sanders. So that's why I'm just torn. But I'm glad he got into the game. I didn't think I'd see it all season. I hope that they change their mind, or I hope Dylan Gabriel is not ready. There hasn't been any. The Eagles are probably the most solid team all season. The Eagles look like they are ready to repeat for a Super Bowl because the Kansas City Chiefs are just all over the place. They've been trying to put it together all season. Denver is a disaster game. And this is what we expect. And so I can't even say that the Colts have been looking dominant because when it looks bad, it looks bad. Daniel Jones the last couple of weeks has looked really bad. So you can't even say that you believe in the Colts. So the Ravens are trying to get it together. It's the Philadelphia Eagles and the Los Angeles Rams. And even me, I think more so the Eagles than the Rams. Because, well, I can't even say that. The Rams, they kind of on the same page. Rams and Eagles, I would say, have been kind of on the same level as far as consistency throughout the season. So right now, I mean, like I said, I don't see why Philly doesn't look like they could repeat as champions because they just solid across the board. They have a leader at quarterback, leader at head coach, and just a solid team all around. A lot of veterans, that just a lot of players that just know how to win. So, but we're going into week 12, man.